So, according to Betty and Barney Hill, their alleged UFO encounter happened about 10:30 p.m. on September 19th, 1961, in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. Betty and Barney were driving back to Portsmouth from a vacation in Niagara Falls and Montreal. Just south of Lancaster, New Hampshire, Betty claimed to have observed a bright point of light in the sky that moved from below the moon and the planet Jupiter upward to the west of the moon. While Barney drove down US Route 3, Betty Hill thought that she was observing a falling star, only it moved upward. Because it moved erratically and grew bigger and brighter, Betty Hill urged Barney Hill to stop the car for a closer look, as well as to walk their dog, Delcy. Barney Hill stopped at a scenic picnic area just south of Twin Mountain. Betty Hill, looking through binoculars, observed an odd-shaped craft flashing multicolored lights, and it traveled across the face of the moon. Since Betty Hill's sister was told that she had seen a flying saucer years earlier, Betty Hill thought it might be what she was observing. Through binoculars, Barney Hill observed what he thought was a commercial airliner traveling toward Vermont on its way to Montreal. However, he soon changed his mind because without looking, as if it had turned, the craft rapidly descended in his direction. This observation caused Barney Hill to realize this object that was a plane was not a plane. The Hills said they continued driving on the quiet and isolated road, moving very slowly through Franconia Notch in order to observe the object as it came even closer. At one point, the object passed above a restaurant and signal tower on top of Cannon Mountain and came out near the Old Man of the Mountain. Betty Hill testified that it was at least 1.5 times the length of the granite cliff profile, which was 40 feet long, and that it seemed to be rotating. Betty and Barney Hill watched as the silent, illuminated craft moved erratically and bounced back and forth in the night sky. Now, about 1 mile south of Indian Head, they said the object rapidly descended toward their vehicle, causing Barney Hill to stop in the middle of the highway. The huge, silent craft hovered about 80 to 100 feet above their 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air vehicle and filled the entire field of view in the windshield. It reminded Barney of a huge pancake. Now, carrying his pistol in his pocket, Barney Hill stepped away from the vehicle and moved closer to the object. Using the binoculars, Barney Hill claimed to have seen 8 to 11 humanoid figures who were peering out of the craft's windows, looking at him. In unison, all but one humanoid figure moved to what appeared to be a panel on the rear wall of the hallway that encircled the front portion of the craft. The one remaining figure continued to look at Barney Hill and communicated a message telling him to stay where you are and keep looking. Barney Hill had a recollection of observing the humanoid forms wearing glossy black uniforms and black caps. Red lights on what appeared to be bat wing fins began to telescope out of the sides of the craft, and a long structure descended from the bottom of the craft. The silent craft approached to what Barney Hill estimated was within 50 to 100 feet overhead, and 300 feet away from him. On October 21st, 1961, Barney Hill reported to National Investigations Committee on Aerial Phenomena investigator Walter Webb that the beings were somehow not human. So, in addition to that, the Hills also reported missing time, and then later went through hypnosis and had experiences where they alleged they were abducted by these creatures or aliens. Um, so we obviously don't know if that's true or not, but this is what they reported. It became a very famous case, and a lot of people believe them. A lot of people don't believe them. So this is one of the early UFO abduction stories. So I would definitely recommend that you research into this. I'm going to continue to do my research into that and find out more about what happened with Betty and Barney Hill. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and go ahead and like this video if you liked it, and please turn on notifications so you don't miss any other videos. In addition to that, you're welcome to explore our website at exosolariaunion.com. We also invite you to become a member of the Exosolaria Union if you so choose to do that. We would love to have you. Thank you for your time and have a great day.